Over the course of the year, Barnstable Town Hall has the pleasure of showing local artists' works in our hearing room. Today with me, Anne Tochka, who is a visual artist and had a wonderful experience out at Sandy Neck this past fall.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So talk a little bit about how you became a visual artist.
I think I've always been a visual artist. So I was really lucky to have an artist as a mother. So from the time I was really young, our activities were always painting for fun and all of that. And then I enrolled in art classes when I was 8 years old and have been doing fine art painting ever since. So that was a pretty amazing opportunity to be able to learn that at such a young age.
Wow. And from your bio and your artist statement, you've traveled really literally all over the world to follow that artist muse.
I have. I also love art history, and I love different art periods. So it's great learning it from a book, but as soon as I started traveling and kind of experiencing the culture where, you know, all of these different kinds of art are taking place, it just opened everything up. And now I definitely have that travel itch to go everywhere and see all the things.
That's amazing. Some of the places that you've been to Romania and
Yes.
some of those winding cobble streets, that must have been amazing.
Yeah, it was like really a magical experience. I'll look back on photos and be like, wait, I was really there. This looks like a Pinterest board or something. It was really incredible just to be in such an old culture. You know, I think this area is old, all the colonialism, all of that, but oh my God, all the medieval architecture and everything was just so inspiring.
Well, talking about magical experiences, you had the opportunity through the Cape Cod Art Association, which I believe is the Art Center of Cape Cod now, we'll call it by its new name, and the town of Barnstable has a little shack out on Sandy Neck, and you and I went together.
Yes, we did. That was so much fun, especially meeting you there. I felt like it was such an amazing opportunity to not only get to access that area, but also meet other artists who are doing the same thing. So that was, I still have so many photos and sketches I did from there that I'm like, okay, this is going to sustain me for a while doing new projects.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about being out there for the days. A lot of people don't understand that, you know, they see the front-facing beach of Sandy Neck, but there's a whole nother life and ecosystem behind those dune barriers. And
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we were dropped off at the halfway house, which I believe is the halfway point on the, what's it called, the Great Road?
The Great Marsh Road, yeah.
Great Marsh Road. It was a Great Marsh Road.
Trail.
So yeah, we got dropped off there and then spent a ton of time walking. I kept thinking, okay, now I'm gonna stop and paint. No, wait, what's around the corner? All of that. So it was just amazing to get to see the marsh from that area and to really be immersed in it. It felt very quiet, which was really nice to be kind of know you're in the middle of everything, but have this experience that I don't know where else you would get it.
Right. So you talk about going around the corner. I came around the corner and saw you painting thin air. I mean, describe that experience. It was a magical day because the weather was just absolutely gorgeous. It was mid-October.
I think it was 70 degrees. I was like, it was suntan out there. Yeah, it was amazing. I kind of walked the whole trail and then on the way back was like, okay, I'm gonna stop. And I just came around this bend, saw this beautiful scene with the light hitting it just right, the blue shadows. And so I just set up my easel as close in the marsh as I could without disturbing any conservation efforts. And yeah, I just went to painting, and so I have a few little gouache sketches that I'm going to turn into larger oil paintings later.
Great. Perfect segue to the oil paintings that are adorning the hearing room upstairs.
Yeah.
And it's literally stunning work.
Thank you.
You know, having seen you out there with your camera and knowing what the visual was out there, we talk about the experience of hanging your work in Town Hall.
Well, it's such a cool program that I didn't realize until I got more involved with Town Hall was here. It's an artwork on loan program where they feature different artists for periods of time, and you get to either groups or single artists, local artists, and you get to hang your work in the hearing room and the public office room.
Yep.
Not sure what that's called. And Yeah, so it's a really great opportunity to kind of low pressure situation, but tons of exposure to just really design this show on my own. You know, you're not working in restrictions of a gallery, and so it's a pretty cool opportunity right now.
And you're going to be up there for a period of time, at least through the end of this month. So we highly encourage residents to come in and look at this work. Most of it's from Sandy Neck.
It is, yeah. Yeah, that was I had a lot of paintings, and then when I got the opportunity to show here, I was like, ooh, I gotta get all those half-finished Sandy Neck oil paintings finished. So it was pretty cool because it was such an inspiring place. The light was so amazing. It felt really Cape Cod, but I also loved that we went there in the fall when it's sort of not your typical beach scene or beach sunset. So I have a nice marsh sunset, but you know, all those gorgeous golds and rich colors of fall that you don't always see in Cape Cod art.
It's stunning work.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm
and
really
I
happy
loved
with
meeting you, and it was a wonderful day out there. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.